Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be looking at the second and final season of Andor. Season 2 of Andor is set 1 year after the Ferrex uprising that took place at the end of Season 1, and continues to follow Cassian Andor, Luthen, and Mon Mothma in their efforts against the Empire. The Empire's grip may be tightening, but the rebellion is slowly beginning to ignite. So before we get started, I do have a review of Season 1 of Andor on my channel, so you can check that out if you want to first. But if you've already seen it, you know that I enjoyed that season, and so because of that, I was eagerly awaiting Season 2. The season was obviously delayed because of the strikes that took place 2 years prior, so yeah, it definitely made for one of the longest waiting periods in between 2 seasons of television. And so with this being the conclusion to the show, and the lead up to the Rogue One film, did it deliver? You bet it did. And with Tony Gilroy once again at the helm, this is easily one of the greatest installments in the entire Star Wars franchise. And this is coming from a longtime Star Wars fan, 22 years to be exact. So let's get into it. But before we jump into the review, I'd like to remind you guys that my debut novel, Tragedy Strikes, is available now. It is a thriller set in the fictional town of Northbury and tells the story of Aaron Morrison, an everyman whose life is turned upside down when a mysterious masked man known as Skullface coerces him into a deadly assassination plot that involves 3 confidential targets. You can purchase it in paperback and ebook formats at Amazon.com. I'll leave links in the description for those, and it is going to be the first in a planned series called The Regnum Saga, so stay tuned for the next couple of years. Anyway, let's get back to the review. So firstly, I really appreciate this season's core theme being transformation. You know, Cassian is no longer just doing what he has to do to survive. He is becoming something more. And I also like how the show doesn't treat the rebellion like a romantic cause. It's messy, morally gray, and full of compromises, which is how it was meant to be. Then you have all of the standout characters and performances in this season. Diego Luna gave what is arguably his best performance in the role of Cassian Andor. He effectively portrays someone who is haunted, calculating, yet strangely hopeful all at the same time. But Luna isn't the only one who steps it up this season. Genevieve O'Reilly as Mon Mothma is absolutely chilling in her quiet rebellion. And I guarantee you that after watching this season in its entirety, you'll never look at her cameo in Return of the Jedi the same way. As Luthen, Stellan Skarsgård is still giving incredible speeches that echo through your bones. Cyril and Dedra return from Season 1, and their loyalty not only to the Empire but to each other is put to the test. Bix was also a standout this season, not just because of what she endures, but because of her send-off in particular, which I think will surprise you. And returning from Rogue One is K2SO, and of course, director Orson Krennic. So if these 2 characters were among your favorites from Rogue One, then it will definitely make this season all the more enjoyable. I also like the structure of this season. Just like Season 1, it has 12 episodes, but the episodes are grouped into arcs this time, as there are 4 arcs overall, and each one comprises of 3 episodes. And the decision to release each arc on a weekly basis, which means we got to experience the show over the course of a month, was a surprise. Now, just like Season 1, it can be a bit of a slow burn at times, but the pacing overall is actually much tighter than Season 1, and with a rewatch, I'm sure this is something you can overlook. And besides, each individual arc gradually builds to something either devastating or triumphant. That way, when the action finally hits, it hits hard. Tonally, this season maintains the grounded spy thriller aesthetics and elements of the first season, proving that there's more to Star Wars than just space battles and lightsaber duels. And as far as the conclusion goes, specifically the 3-part finale, it was an emotional gut punch to say the least. It was devastating, inspiring, and it perfectly led up to Rogue One. And without spoiling anything, the final scene will leave you with goosebumps for sure. So yeah, by the end of it, you'll be left to reflect on not only the season as a whole, or even the show as a whole, but also Rogue One, and how these 3 specific installments in the Star Wars universe are so effective, so compelling, and just one of a kind in their own right. You know, we'll probably never see anything like this ever again. The only issue I had with Season 2 personally is the decision to recast a character who is best known for appearing in one of the Star Wars prequel films. Apparently, the original actor was unavailable due to a scheduling conflict, and while the actor they chose for the recasting did a fine enough job, I honestly wish that they had portrayed a totally different character, or a potential relative of the character that they were portraying. But outside of that, I genuinely enjoyed Season 2 of Andor, and if you haven't seen it, regardless of where you stand on Disney's treatment of Star Wars as a whole, I would highly recommend that you check this out. Because this isn't just great Star Wars content, it's great television, period. So that's pretty much it, guys. As for next time, I'm going to be reviewing Season 2 of The Walking Dead Dead City once it has aired its finale, so look forward to that in the coming weeks. So thank you all for watching, please be sure to like the video, share it and subscribe, ring the bell, take care, grab your copy of my novel, Tragedy Strikes, and I'll see you soon.